So if you're watching this video, then for this month of Prime Resurgence, we'll be having Chroma Prime and Zephyr Prime unvaulted. But for what we want to talk about for this video is not about these two Warframes. Instead, the melee weapons that they provide for us, which is Grand Prime and Kronen Prime. To be honest, these two weapons were really strong that I can tell you that these two weapons are actually a beast. Well, these weapons are very strong that I almost don't want to use them because I know that when I did use them just makes the game quite unbalanced, but to be honest, there's so many weapons that are unbalanced right now, so why do I care that much? So for this video, I will try to talk about how to mod these two weapons and how I look through them. Especially, I will give you some opinions about which prime weapons should you try to farm first in case that you don't have time to farm both at the same time. So, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Since we know that both weapons are prime weapons, this also means that it will always be stronger than their own counterparts. So for the Grand Prime and Kronen Prime, you can actually saw that it's a very total increasement, and I'm not judging that about it. And if you try to take a look at all the stats, it is quite good as well. Not just only because that it is quite above average, it can also become a very good weapon no matter you want to go with a hybrid build or just a pure crits or status build. While most of the time we just go with hybrid build. So this also means that it is very worth using the same melee weapons for these two weapons. This also means that we'll be using the same concepts here again, and I will be just focusing on the combo build, which is by using the Condition Overload, Blood Rush, Weeping Wounds, Berserker Fury, and Organ Shadow, as well as the Smite mod for our faction damage. And for the last two mods here, I'll be deciding to use Gladiator Might and Drifty Contact. It's very based on what you want to use, but I feel like these two can be quite cheap yet effective for my build here. Well, it is true that I don't have anything to talk about these two weapons since these two are just very directly and nothing else to talk about. But what happens if you want to get one weapon first, if you can't get two at the same time? This is where the part where you need to start think about it so that you can match on what is the condition of your current situation. If you want to farm one of the weapons, then you need to know that what can these two weapons provide. For Grand Prime, it has a much higher base damage compared to Kronen Prime, and it also have a better critical chance and critical damage. But this one in exchange that the attack speed and status chance is not as high as Kronen Prime did, because Kronen Prime as a tonfa, its attack speed is very high. And talk about higher status chance, it doesn't really that high either, just only 2%. In other words, Kronen Prime will be much better to spread status very fast, while Grand Prime will be much better in terms of dealing the instant damage. And not just only that, because Grand Prime is a heavy blade and Kronen Prime is a tonfa, this also result in that the stances that they need to use. For Kronen Prime, you can have a choice between Gemini Cross and Sovereign Outcast. Well, for my build here, despite Sovereign Outcast is not matched to its polarities, still, the mod capacity is still enough for me to run Sovereign Outcast without any problem. So, for your Kronen Prime, you can have a choice between Gemini Cross and Sovereign Outcast, which for both of these mods, no matter which one you want to choose, it will always be much more common than Grand Prime, the heavy blade stances, which is Cleaving Whirlwind and Temple Royale. Especially for Temple Royale, it is much rare compared to Cleaving Whirlwind, which if you really like to use this kind of stance, it will be a massive problem. And so there you have it. Grand Prime and Kronen Prime are good weapons, and I really definitely recommend you to try to farm it. Unfortunately, because certain people cannot get these weapons as fast as they could, so in some situations, if they can only get one weapon, then I will recommend Kronen Prime as it is much common yet stronger compared to Grand Prime in terms of overall situation. But that doesn't mean that Grand Prime is weak. It's just that based on the short of resources, Kronen Prime seems to can catch up to these requirements. But if you can get Grand Prime, then go for it. It's also very strong and very good to use. If this is your first time watching, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss out any news contents from me. Why not leave your comments down below if you got any ideas or thoughts you want to share with all of us. And that's it from me, and as always, I will see you all next time. Bye bye!